Hello and welcome to Ellie and Luke's podcast. Um, Still figuring out what the name is exactly, but right now it's Ellie and Luke's podcast. And
Where's Luke?
Luke's upstairs, believe it or not. But and this is obviously not Luke. Who are you, sir?
I'm Oliver.
Is that the full name?
Uh, Oliver Chapman.
Is that the full name?
Oliver James Chapman.
There you go. This is Oliver James Chapman. Tell us a bit about yourself, man.
Well,
Give us
I
give us the origin story.
I was born in Sydney,
Yep.
and I moved up to Darwin with
Can
my
you give us
family.
when we get
Two,
timeline?
2006.
Okay.
I was born in Sydney, and then in 2008,
Yeah.
we moved up to Darwin, where I live now. So yes, I've been here for 15 years, and I'm currently 16 years old.
Only 16 years old.
Yeah.
When are you turning 17? Yeah, when are you turning 17?
I turned 17 in August, late August.
Oh, okay. Guess what? I turned 17 in August too.
It's pretty cool.
And Luke and
Except
I.
like next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Luke's also born in late July, so I'm born in the same week as Luke, and pretty much. Anyway, that's a little off track. Um, so born in Sydney. My parents born in Sydney as well.
My mother was born in Sydney,
Uh-huh.
and my father was actually born in America
Wow.
because his parents were there because his father was studying for a PhD
Awesome.
over in America, but he lived there for like, I don't know, he was there for like 6, maybe 8 years.
Hmm.
So the rest of his life he spent in Sydney until moving up to Darwin.
And do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 3 other siblings, 2 sisters and a brother, and they are all in Sydney studying at universities.
Like, what are they doing? What are they studying?
My brother is studying biology and engineering. One of my sisters is studying nursing, and my other sister is studying chemistry.
Good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
The other question I'd like to ask you, which you kind of answered, man. But take the liberty of answering this question however you interpret it.
Mhm.
Where are you?
Um, I'm in Darwin.
You can give us a physical location, but is that the only location you can give us? Is there an emotional location? Is
Um,
there where are you in your physical goals? Maybe where are you in your
um,
academic goals? Like, where are you, man?
um, right now I'm just kind of like gliding along, um, just doing wherever life takes me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, don't really know what I'm gonna do in the next like couple years, so
Mm.
yeah, just figuring that out, I guess, and yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have it all figured out. So
There you go. You're just a better planner than me.
I'm way better than you. I'm
Yeah.
playing. um, so you don't necessarily know where you're going. But do you know what you're good at?
I'm pretty good at sports.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy that a lot. I play hockey and casual soccer.
Yep.
Um, Football for all those non-Australian American fans out there. Uh,
What football are we talking about? Because football
soccer,
here.
soccer.
Okay, soccer. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just really enjoy sports, running,
Yep.
cycling, playing any sports. It's yeah, really fun.
That's great. That's great. Give us a little perspective on your world view. How do you see things?
Anything in particular, or
Is there anything that's been on your mind recently? Oh,
to do with the world? Well, recently, I don't know. As I've gotten older, I see a lot more like news and stuff on the internet, learning about stuff in other parts of the world, and it's good and healthy to be informed about these things and have opinions on them. But at the same time, I've learned to realize there's a lot of things that it's not worth your time wasting on. Like, just ignore it. It's not your problem. Who cares?
mhm.
Um, there are things that it's important that you acknowledge they're there, and you don't deny it and just ignore it and pretend it doesn't exist. But other things it's just not worth your time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Would you elaborate?
For example, like climate change. I mean, I'm not super interested in it, but like I accept it's there, except we need to do something about it.
Yeah.
Um, it's an important issue. And then there's stuff like the whole Andrew Tate thing. I just don't really care.
Hmm.
Like, you know, he's a guy in Romania and I'm a guy in Australia. We're never gonna meet. He's never gonna influence me, I think, in any way. So I don't see, yeah, and lots of people getting caught up on it, but I think just, if you're really bothered, then just ignore him.
Yeah. Andrew Tate. What an interesting conversation in and
Yeah,
of itself. Um, but he raises some interesting questions about
yes, he does.
I don't know. I haven't actually read. I wouldn't do him justice because I haven't actually watched
Yeah,
what he's talked about.
you don't have
But
to.
if I get the gist of it, women's role in society is that
Yeah,
is that
that's a major part in what he talks about, yes.
what's your view on women's role in society, and can you tell us what
Um,
influenced your view?
yeah, Ollie, he might post this.
What that was Luke there. If you heard that, what's your view and what's influenced this view?
Look, I think, no matter who you are, you can do whatever you want in life. It's your choice. Some things have consequences, others don't. Um, I don't know. I do think that in the modern era, with the generation that we have, where there's a lot of people that are just always on the internet doing these new things. Yeah, lots of people not really getting educated, and yeah, just a lot of things going on in the world. I think sometimes it's hard to, I don't know, I guess you get lost in it all. And I think sometimes that things that MJ say about women's roles and how they should look after the children
Wow.
and
Okay, I don't know. I haven't heard of that one.
well,
Yeah.
I mean, he just talks about, his idea is basically just what it used to be,
Okay.
where the woman was in the household looking after children, cooking, cleaning,
Okay.
doing that kind of thing. And obviously, you don't have to, and lots of women work these days. But at the same time, um, I think that obviously it stayed that way a long time because women were seen as inferior to men. But at the same time, I think that's like a pretty healthy way to live. It could also be reversed. But generally, women are better at looking after children, that kind of thing. That's just the way it is.
Right.
Just like men are stronger, for example, just because they got more testosterone. That's just how it is.
Mm.
Um, women more caring, and obviously a man, you know, could be just as good as cleaning as a woman, just as good as cooking. But yeah, I feel like in general that balanced lifestyle of someone looking after the house and children, if you have children, obviously, and then the other person providing by working, getting a job, and getting money to sustain the family. I think is generally a pretty good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Um, is there anything else you're into these days? What else? Is there anything you'd like to talk about? Is there anything that is most interesting right now to you?
Um. mm, I don't know. I've been getting into chess. Chess has been pretty fun.
Yeah.
Um, I know it's just like a fun little thing to do. You can become social as well. Sometimes talk to my brother who's in Sydney over the phone while we play some chess.
No, that's great.
He destroys me every time because he's a lot better. So gotta keep training. Gotta show him he's boss eventually. Uh, um, but yeah, that's been really fun. And I feel like, yeah, it can be relaxing. I feel like it also probably helps my brain in some way because I'm thinking. I feel generally thinking in any way helps your brain.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and it's just a fun little game.
Hmm.
Been watching lots of videos and stuff and just slowly getting better. Yeah.
How long have you taken up chess for?
Um, well, of course, chess became popular again around when just after Queen's Gambit came out on Netflix. I haven't actually seen that
Hmm.
yet.
What's that
Um,
about?
it's just a woman that plays chess basically.
Okay.
Um, yeah. and so around then, and then yeah, my brother played it a bit, and then I was like, yeah, and then he asked me if I wanted to play, and so then I played, and I got my friends into it, and then we played a bit. Um, but then we all stopped, and then just recently, probably like 2 weeks ago, started getting into it again. Yeah,
No, it's good. Ollie, thank you for your time, mate.
that's all right. It was a great time.
It was good. It was good fun
Yeah,
looking at what goes on in that head of yours.
yeah,
Um, where we got a little bit of a story of the origin story of Ollie.
yeah,
Obviously, it's in the still in the early days, Ollie.
yeah.
Would you say so?
Well, hope so.
Yeah. Uh, hopefully.
Might not be. Could be last couple of days, but hopefully not.
Yeah, I think we're still in the early days, and I'm excited to see what Ollie James Chapman is going to do over the next few years.
Yeah,
Thank you for the time, mate.
that's right.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, Luke. Yeah.
All right. That's it. That's it for this week.